Ashton Keith. I live in Pinehurst, North Carolina. And 4 years ago, my mom just told me that, hey, you're going to Colorado for camping. And I was like, sweet. So I packed all my bags and headed over. And it was awesome. And I came back every year for 4 years. Around here, I can definitely bond with everybody more. And relating it is just so easy because they've been through the same exact thing as I have. So friends at home, I mean, I have a best friend that lost his dad as well. But the whole military thing and just having to move and stuff, it's just different. I mean, kids there say, they're like, oh, I understand what you mean. It's just like, no, you don't. Like, it's just kind of tough sometimes to get through some things. Just like, I remember when I was little, going to football practice and just seeing all the kids' dads there, just kind of sucked. You were just like, it sucks. Just to relate. My dad passed away June 27th of 2005. It was really, I was 8 years old. We lived in Germany on Panzerkaserne base. It was definitely the most hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. Nothing ever is going to compare to it. Just you have to get stronger and stronger by facing it. The activities we do, just bonding really, like hiking together. Just got a 24-mile hike done with all my other friends, I guess. And it was just amazing. We all bonded and just came together because it's one. All the counselors here are amazing. I can definitely see how they try to instill everything in us. The leadership they bring, everything they instill in us is awesome. And because you see them giving their time, it makes you want to give your time back to others. It's just, they're great leaders and just people to look up to, and I look up to all of them.
Back in November 2006, Major Troy Gilbert was killed in Iraq in an F-16 crash. We were friends at Luke Air Force Base at the time, and he has two boys that were really close in age to my two boys. And during his memorial service, I just really felt the calling to do something for those boys. Through the grace of God and a lot of generous folks and people willing to give up their time, the Knights of Heroes program began in 2007, was our first camp. Part of the motivation to start the program was knowing that, you know, if something happened to me, would there be someone there for my boys? And that makes it very personal for me. I see my kids in these children quite a bit throughout the week. And there are times in my job that I could have a bad day that it could have been a really bad day, and I go home, tuck my kids in and think that this could have been bad for them. So knowing that we can provide for children, it's rewarding. It's very personal to me because it's just great to know that there are people out there that are willing to stand up and support these kids. And if something did happen to me, that there would be a support network for them as well. One of the activities that we do, I think, is the most telling and the most applicable to life lessons is rock climbing. It's amazing. I mean, everyone's afraid of heights. It's the way we're born, and we're supposed to be afraid of heights. It's a natural instinct. But what we teach the boys is they're going to face challenges in life, and if they can learn to control their emotions and control their fear and control their the way they feel and overcome that, then they can do anything. The road to becoming a pilot is similar, I think, to the road that some of these kids face. It's about setting a goal and knowing that's what you want to do with your life, and then just knowing that you're the only person that's going to stop you from achieving that. So we do a lot with the kids with setting goals and letting them know that once they have it in their mind that this is what they want to do, then there's nothing that can stop them.
2 years before I heard about the program, I lost my husband when he died in a plane crash. And his backseater had two twin daughters. And when I heard about the program, all I could think was how awesome would it be if they had a program like that to get involved with as they got older. It's been a great opportunity for them to bond with other people in a similar situation. And I think it's been a great opportunity for them to kind of expand their horizons on things that they can get involved with. So many of them came last year and hadn't really ever had the opportunity to do outdoor stuff, or, the only person they did outdoor stuff was with their dad. And so for us to be able to provide that experience for them, certainly not the same, but, kind of lets them have experiences they wouldn't otherwise have. The activities that we focus on are adventure type activities that really push people to their limits. For example, rock climbing, a lot of the girls, haven't done it before and are very fearful when they first get up there, kind of very upset and emotional. And we really use rock climbing to try and help them see that they can, one, trust other people, and two, that they can really do a lot more than they think they can do. You see a lot of them will end up starting to cry, and get very emotional as they get further and further up the wall. And it's been fantastic to just see them kind of persevere through that and keep climbing, even though it's tough going sometimes. And they obviously, part of them wants to give up, but the better part of them decides to keep going and make it through the tough times, through the storm, if you will.
We're pilots in the 457th Fighter Squadron, part of the 301st Fighter Wing. We're stationed at NAS JRB Fort Worth in Fort Worth, Texas. And we all fly F-16s in that unit. The greatest role model for me in my life has been my father, without question. And it breaks my heart to know the loss that these boys have had in their life. And so I think about my two daughters, and I think to myself, thank God that there is an organization like Knights of Heroes. If anything were to happen to me, I know that they would have this positive influence in their life, without question. I absolutely love every one of these boys like they were my own sons. And I think that, in essence, to me, is really what this is all about. And it's something that may not stick with them when they go home, maybe next week. But it is my hope that in 5, 10 years, when they look back, that they look back at some of the folks that they have met, the mentors, and they realize that there are people in this life that love me, regardless of where I came from, regardless of who I am, and regardless of the circumstances that have unfolded in my life. And so for me, it's very simple. It has everything to do with honoring the men and women that have lost their lives, and I can think of no greater way to honor that memory than to care for their children.